We welcome those of you watching the conclusion of the Oregon Spring football game. We'll keep it in the Pacific Northwest for softball in Seattle. That's a ground ball out to second off the bat of Hannah Camenzind, retired by Jade Bubke.
A lot of pitches and spoil early for the rest of her lineup to see.
A 4-pitch walk worked by the leadoff hitter, Ava Carroll. Yes, she was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts last night, but saw plenty of pitches and gets aboard to start the Huskies' first. Players, a virtually overhauled roster to have this team at 31-14, 9-7 in their first season in the Big Ten, and very much in the NCAA tournament conversation. She goes the opposite way. Base hit DeBoer into right field. Casey Hoffman, the throw is cut off by Bella Bacon. Carroll scores, and the Huskies are on the board in the bottom of the first.
To recollect herself to go send one through opposite field, hitting that ball on the same level that it is pitched at. After last night, for Washington to be able to...
DeBoer runs to second base and slides in safely. Stolen base, Alexis DeBoer, and there are runners. That is ball 4. Another 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded with nobody out in the first. And that hit Giselle Alvarez. That will bring in a run. An RBI hit by pitch. Jaden Glad comes in from third. The bases are still loaded, and it's DeBoer on third, Flores on second, Alvarez on first. And this pitch stays on the diamond. Caught by the shortstop Ava Kuzak in the circle for a much-needed first out. Charity Seva a tossy into left field, and it one-hops the wall past Camenzind. DeBoer scores easily. And 1 run in for Washington. The bases stay packed, and it is 3-0.
Washington right now is letting the game come to them, staying patient and then taking advantage of their moment. Hands on top of that rise ball. Does such a nice job at taking advantage of a ball that's put over the plate and a little bit higher up in the zone. And this team understands their home field as 2.
A tapper just off the plate, and a bit of a rundown here for the runners on second and third, and then the throw is airmailed home, and Alvarez scores. Seva Atasi gets to third, and Gardner created some mayhem on the diamond.
Emerson Cope actually did a really nice job fielding this, as it's a swinging bunt. She charges in, immediately looks at the runner on third. That's her number one priority. Throws it back to there. Kuzak fires it over. However, due to that, you have Alvarez, who has speed on the base and at left field. Those are your 1 and 2 pitchers.
That kicks off the glove of the first baseman, Bella Bacon, but credit Lauren Camenzind for backing that play up. Mazzola out at first. Seva Atasi scores from third. It's an RBI ground out, and Washington now leads 6-0 with 2 away.
And it's still a quality, productive out, and that's why you love lefties in these situations. Just rolling it over can lead to an RBI. But as you said, Camenzind staying tough, staying poised, and still being able to get that out is a huge second out for Nebraska. On the bases.
Carroll started the inning with a walk, and she later scored. Right back to Cope. And the pitcher fields her position well to end a wild first inning for...
And Cope is somebody they've really liked to use in that DB spot, how she started this game because of the power she can bring. But that one, Raven doing a really great job creating effective outs and getting it to hit at the end of her barrel.
Casey Hoffman on the first pitch to Bubke. 2 up and 2 down.
There was one point in yesterday's game where Nebraska started to get away from. It was enough for Tar in this situation to feel compelled to start her today.
Bouncing ball. Rabine tried to field it, and maybe she should have let her infield work for her there.
Everybody else honest for the rest of the game.
There goes Breadwell, and the tag by Peshek. No. Breadwell safe on second. I was just about to say she was 5 for 6.
The ball lead us to the tag. They caught it a little bit too far out front.
Meanwhile, Bella Bacon works the walk. And Breadwell, the runner on second. And that hit Lauren Kamenzind. And just like that, we have a bases loaded situation for Nebraska, and Jordy Ball up next.
Even attacking a hitter, but in a 3-0 count, you want to make sure it's still a quality strike and not lay anything too good.
A ball works, a 4-pitch, bases loaded walk, and that is how Nebraska gets on the board. Bases still loaded with 2 outs.
For this Nebraska team. Infield's way back against Bland, just looking for any out on any base.
2 outs in the frame. Bland puts it on the ground. Alvarez at third. Throws Bland out at first. And a massive stand by the Washington defense. They concede a run. A clean slate for Cope. As Glab pops this one up on the diamond. Lauren Kamenzind the call and the catch. 1 away.
This is what Cope is going to do best. She's a little bit on their heels.
DeBoer finds a pitch to hit. High in the air to left. Gone. Alexis DeBoer with her 18th home run of the season. What a campaign for the freshman to put the Huskies up 7.
Now one of the 25 finalists for National Players of the Year because she makes adjustments. All series long, she's been getting that low inside pitches. She made an adjustment in a huge way, showing I can hit this pitch out of the park.
Flores pokes it to second. Lauren Kamenzind with the putout. 2 away.
Lines that they carry on and off the field. I mean, they're making a difference when they leave this field.
There's a solid base knock for Giselle Alvarez into the shade and right. Alvarez had a quiet night last night. That's her first.
Original.
Bubke slaps this one into the glove of the second baseman, Lauren Kamenzind. Heck of a play by the Huskers' second.
Passing the bat, trusting that you have the group of women to do it.
Morgan Reimer in the circle to start her first full inning of work, and that's a bouncing ball that rainbows over Reimer in the circle. And Kuzak legs out.
It's a little bit differently. And how can they start outworking Washington? They've done a nice job at giving themselves a huge lead.
Kamenzind chases upstairs for strike 3, and Kuzak gets back to first to avoid the double play. 1 out.
Rabin, who threw more drop balls off speeds low in the zone, to now be able to work that rise ball as a hitter, that's a huge change in an eye level.
And Cope chases a pitch away. Bounced to second. Heck of a play by Bubke, ranging to her left to cut that one off on the rim of the outfield grass. Mark today for this mid-afternoon showdown between Washington and Nebraska. And the inning starts with a bunt base hit for Charity Seva Atasi. Cope fielded it from the circle, but no one was covering first. The second baseman, Lauren hitter, so this is Peshek's first plate appearance of the day. Showing bunt, she gets it down. Breadwell throws to first, and Peshek is out on a gorgeous sack bunt. Call it 2-4 on the. Adding an RBI to her ledger this afternoon. Her 22nd ribby of the season. On an inside pitch, a cut and a miss for strike 3, and that's the second out. Took her out of left field this inning. They shifted Jordy Ball to left, brought in Natalia Taylor into center. As this is grounded into right field, Hoffman throws home, and Seva Aitasi scores behind the tag attempt of Breadwell.
They can to cheer on their teammate.
This is smoked. Glab over the wall. Her second home run of the series. A 2-run shot. And Washington is up 10-1.
How quickly it went from a home run party last night for Nebraska to today in Washington, turning on an inside pitch. Belt high is where the damage zone is for the Huskies. Taking a lot of pride in coming back and defending their home. This is a resume opportunity that they are really working hard for.
Popped her up. Shallow left. Kuzak makes the catch at the shortstop position.
I mean, it's at to the point where they're going to have to find more outfield space.
And that nearly hit Ava Breadwell. In fact, I don't think she realized she got hit. She was basically told to take her base by...
Where her hands are on the bat, it's considered a part of the bat.
That's a fair ball into the corner and left. Breadwell almost got on first by way of a hit by pitch, and she said, you know what, I'll take a redo, and she drives a double. College careers, for whatever reason, at programs outside the state, but many of them have found their way back to their home state. Swing and a miss. Bacon put down. Strike 3. That's the first out.
And a lot of that came from...
Who was hit by a pitch in the second. Breadwell is on second base. Ball 4 to Lauren Kamenzen, and that turns the lineup over. Reaching over half the time. Right back to Reimer. Force at third. Throw to first. Pulls DeBoer off the base. Ball is safe. Breadwell out on the force play at third. And Lauren Kamenzen. Payoff to Bland. In the air. Left field. That's Carroll. Nebraska puts 2 in scoring position. They do not score. 10.
It was just a game out for the Bruins, and now you'd be in a 3-way tie for third base.
Flores puts it into the gap in right center. It's up against the wall.
And credit to Washington, they have never rested on their lead. Every single inning, putting pressure. Pitch on that one.
Alvarez pops it up. She got jammed, and Lauren Kamenzen.
And told Coach Ravel that I'm going to learn a drop ball because she didn't have a drop ball before. And she said, it's going to be just like Jordy Balls, which that's a pretty high ceiling. And why not chase after it?
Aim high, right?
Exactly.
Two-strike pitch is popped up. Center field, Jordy Ball puts it away. 2 outs.
And you got him.
Peshek works the walk. She laid down a sac bunt in the third inning, so 2 quality trips to the plate for Peshek, and the bases are loaded. We're waiting for every fan on the chairback seats today. Some made their way down to the dugout. Strike 3 called. Beautiful pitch for Kylie McGee, and she works her way out of a bases-loaded jam.
And potentially more a postseason.
Kuzak into right field, and it is caught in the shade by Alicia Flores. No problem for her.
You held your breath on that one a little bit just because by the Huskers.
Hannah Cammon's in left field. That ball's carrying and out of here. And the lead trimmed to 8. Hannah Cammon's in second home run of the series.
And just, again, having a very patient at bat until she erupts on a pitch she knows she can do damage with. And that's an elevated pitch on the outer half. That's so hard to hit out of the park. She's doing her part to fire up her team a little bit. Say, we saw what Washington could do to.
And that's Olivia DiNardo, who smokes one right back to the circle. DiNardo pinch hitting for Emerson Cope in that spot, but games. That's ball 4.
And sometimes the game asks you to take a walk. Abby Squire bringing a little bit more life. You talk about cracking the code. Half a ball lower, more on the plate. Look at it as a challenge to elevate your game.
Bouncing ball back to the circle. Reimer fields her position, and Washington run rules Nebraska to even this series at a game apart.
A resume win for the Huskies. Now their 3rd ranked game of the entire season, and it started with last night.